Okay. Good morning to everyone. My name is Mr. Ongasaba. I'm currently doing my advanced diploma in Tibet at Stadio. So today we are going to do plant sexual reproduction. So we are going to do plant sexual reproduction today. So in plant sexual reproduction, we have to look at two processes. So there are two processes involved during plant reproduction. Okay, that is the pollination process and fertilization process. So in order for the reproduction of plant to be successful, there were two processes that has to occur. That is pollination first, and then after pollination, fertilization comes after. Okay. Before we start, can you try and engage on those questions so that I can see what is it that you already know about plant reproduction? Okay, who can tell me what is plant reproduction? What do you understand from this concept? What is reproduction? Or what is plant reproduction? What is plant reproduction? Yes, Mahmoud? So all in all, the plant reproduces itself to have what? To have another plant. Né? So it's sort of an offspring, So here is the stipules, or pistils, and then pistils is consisting of three parts, that is the stigma, style, and ovary. Okay. Now, let us look now on how the pollination occurs. Let us look now on how the pollination occurs. Why are we late, gentlemen? Okay, let us continue. So in pollination, we have two types of pollination. We have how many types of pollination? Two types. Who can tell me what is pollination? What is pollination? Anyone? Kavum, what is pollination? I can't hear you very well, my friend. It is a transfer of what? Of pollen grain. From where to where? Okay, from one plant to another. Okay. So we have self-pollination and then we also have cross-pollination. Since we know pollination is a transfer of a pollen grain from one plant to another, what is self-pollination? How can you describe self-pollination? Yes, Mavunda? Yes. Yes. Okay. 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 Anyone? What is self-pollination? Yes. Okay. Okay. So self-pollination, the pollen grain will come from the anther to okay. In self-pollination, the pollen grain will come from the anther of the same plant to the ovary or to the stigma of the same plant. So it's self-pollination. So the pollen grain comes from the same plant to the same plant of the different flower. Okay, yes. And then what would be the cross one? Cross-pollination. cells for cross-pollination? Yes, Mr. Mike?
Transportation of the pollen grain from one plant to another plant.
Okay, so this one is the transfer of what? Of pollen from the other plant to another plant. Yes, that is cross-pollination. Alright. Now let us look at fertilization. Remember, today we are going to look at two things. That is pollination and fertilization. So now we have transferred now this pollen grain from the anther to the female part of the what? Of the plant. Okay. So the pollen, so let's look now at this transfer. How does it occur? How does fertilization occur? So the pollen grain will come from the anther, as you can see. So the cell here is 1. So we call that one cell as 1N. We call that one as 1N. Meaning the cells here is of the parent. So we have one nucleus. Yeah? Okay. From the male. Okay. And then this 1N, which comes from the anther, will go to the stigma or the female part, which we call it a. What is the male part? Female part is the pistil. So the sperm will come from the stamen to the pistil. Okay. So the pistil consists of what? Consists of stigma, style, and what? And the ovule or the ova. Okay. So this 1N or one nucleus from the male part will go to the pistil. And to the pistil, sorry. This is the ovary. This is the tube called the style, and then we have this receiver here, which is the stigma. The stigma, remember we said the stigma receives, and then the style is the tube that transfers the pollen grain. So here we also have 1N. Or the single cell of a female part, and then this pollen grain will enter into your stigma or enter your female part or the pistil through the stigma. So the stigma receives, and then the pollen grain will go down through the style, and then goes down, and then it reaches what we call an ovary. So an ovary consists of ovule, the egg cell, which also have what? 1N or single cell of a female plant. And then the pollen grain will enter the ovule, and then after entering the ovule, they will mix together or they will fuse. After fusing, they will form what we call a zygote. A zygote is a 2N. 2N meaning is 1N plus 1N. So 1N of a male and 1N of a female, forming what we call a zygote. So who can tell me what is a zygote? So a zygote will be the offspring. So in order to be an offspring, there must be a fuse of the male part, cell of a male part and a female part to form a what? To form a zygote. And then during that fertilization, there will be also a formation of what we call an endosperm nucleus. Okay, so what you are going to have there is the zygote and also an endosperm nucleus during fertilization. And then after that, we are going to have an embryo. As the time goes during fertilization, we are going to have what we call an embryo, the main seed, or the offspring, and then there will be a seed coat, and then we are going to also have an endosperm. So the seed coat is there to protect the what? The embryo. And then endosperm is the one that produces food or stores food for the what? For that embryo. Until there is what? Until there is germination. Until there is what? There is germination. Right. Let us recap now. So we are done with the what? With our topic today. So let us recap. Let us try to recap. Can you explain to me the main difference between self and cross-pollination? We are recapping on what we already done. What is the difference between these two pollinations, self and cross? Yes, sir. Okay. So the pollen grains, they are coming from the same plant to the stigma or to the pistil of the same plant. Okay, and then cross. So the pollen grain from the stamen of other plant to the pistil of the other plant. Okay. Yes, sir.
And very different is that self-pollination involve climate, and then cross-pollination involve animals.
Okay. So the other difference is that the self-pollination, it usually depends on the climate, such as wind, and then the cross-pollination usually depends on animals such as bees. Okay. Yes, it's very good. So the cross-pollination advances can create more or can advance the genetics of the plant. Okay. How does the process of fertilization occur after pollination? How does the process of fertilization occur after pollination? Here, how does the process of fertilization occur? How does it occur? There will be a fusion of what? Of a male and a female part, or of a female sperm and a male sperm. Yeah? So they will fuse together to form what? To form what we call a zygote. Okay. Why are pollinators important for reproduction of many plants? Yes. Okay. Okay, so pollinators helps with the formation of new plants and new seeds. So farmers can do what? Can pollinate their plant by their own. Okay, if they are limited to climate like wind, if that area does not have much of a wind to transfer the seed from other not the seed or the pollen from one plant to another, they can do themselves. Okay. How do different methods of pollination, wind and water and animal affect structure and characteristics of flowers? How do different methods of pollination affect the structure? Yes, sis. So there won't be a successful what? Fertilization or pollination. So if we don't, the structure of a plant also depend on the what, on these pollinating agent like wind, water, and animals. So if we don't have them, they will have, or we don't have, or we won't have a successful pollination or successful fertilization. So why is it important as farmers to know this concept? I think this one is very important. How do you think farmers need to know this concept? Oh, you were wanting to answer question number 4. Yes, you can answer that.
So animals are attracted by various flowers and they feed on the nectar. As they feed, they carry the stigma to other plants as they feed.
Okay. So you are saying the structure of a plant, for instance, this part. For instance, this part. Okay, this part is called a what? A petal. And then a petal attracts animals. So it has a colorful and beautiful color. That will attract what? That will attract pollinators. And then with that attraction, remember, these animals will go also to feed themselves there. So during that time of feeding, the pollen will be attached to the what, to that bee or to that particular plant, animal, and then goes to another plant for what? For successful pollination and fertilization. Yes. So our last question: why is it important for farmers to study this concept? To study pollination and fertilization. Why is it important? Bola.
I think it's important for farmers to study the concept because if a farmer wants to plant and plant like flowers, so the farmer should firstly check if like the flower can do self-pollination or can cross. So that if it does cross-pollination, spaces you can plant any pile. And then if like it can self-pollinate, space.
Okay, so this concept can help with the farmer on how to do the spacing. When he's planting, he can do the spacing because they are cross and also self-pollination. Yes.
This concept is vital for the farmers to learn because it carries the genetic process of plants. Because sperms, they fuse together with ovum so as to carry the deoxyribonucleic acid from the new zygote. As we also know that it is vital to pollinate in plants because pollination is where fertilization occurs. And if pollination does not occur, fertilization will also not occur, meaning that the farmer won't receive plants or seeds.
Okay. So it also helps with the in summary of what I've heard from Upa is that the cross-pollination or this concept helps the farmer to improve his plant's genetics. The farmer can manipulate the farm's or his plant's genetics. So if you want to manipulate maybe your oranges taste, maybe let's say your oranges have less taste, and then someone's farm has a good taste, and then you want also to form or to create or to plant or to produce oranges with good taste, you can take the pollen from that farmer and then you germinate, or you don't germinate, or you take the pollen of that farmer and then you apply them to the stigma or the pistil of your farm to have good genetics of the of your plant. Yes, Omnia? Yes, Mama. Okay, so in summary, if we understand as farmers this concept, we are going to manage our farm successfully, such as applying of fertilizers and also of pesticides. We will know when and how, because we fully understand how does this pollination and fertilization occur. All right. Thank you so much for participating.